Hello, Blue Tubers! Once more, welcome back to Final Fantasy Renaissance Blue Mage Solo with me, the BlueAnkyloist of the Blues. We are in Crescent Lake. I bought my heal potions like I said. Nothing else really happened. Just traveled across the sea. It's no big deal. Let's go see what comes next. Welcome back, folks. This is episode 4, if I remember correctly. And, we're making pretty good progress. Last episode, a little bit difficult. Earth Cave, solo still pretty hard, even with a really good character. There's nothing wrong with blue mages. Just we had the classic Earth problems, but we persevered, and we even technically learned Dazzle from the vampire, which is fine. And we got Blaze from the special red dragon in there. So we are missing one, however. I did not pick this up the first time, but surely now we can. We're a bit stronger. The main difference is we can use Blaze, which does a lot more damage than Cremate. Maybe we can one-shot it the way we might have one-shot the Lich. I think the damage range would be the same. We just, need to not die immediately. Funny. I'm sure we'll get it eventually, right? Challenge 1, don't die. So, let's get to it. I was definitely thinking about the order of operations now that we get the canoe. I think I'm going to be doing ordeals first. The kind of the standard play, but I think it's the right play for me. Get him. Roll up. Yeah. No! That's the first time we failed to learn a skill, I think, the whole game. Alright, well, proof of concept, we can win. I still think, basically, there should be 0% chance to fail. If the spell hits you and you survive the fight, I think that's like Final Fantasy VII rules. I think 6 as well. Is there any... I'm trying to think if there's any blue mages that actually have a chance to not learn it after they're hit by it and not dead. Like, sometimes, I think in FF5 you have to hit... There might be a blue mage where you have to be affected by the spell. So if you resist it, it doesn't even count. And I think you generally have to be alive at the end of battle. So sometimes I remember, like, having to die to a spell, resurrect them in battle, and then you learn it at the end of battle. Like, there's been some weird requirements, for sure. But I'm not sure if I've ever seen you can be hit by it and still not learn it anyway. Is that... Am I really forgetting? But, like, enemy skill materia in 7, I'm pretty sure one shot's all you need. It's just a matter of getting them to target you. I think that's usually all it is, right? How did it work in Final Fantasy VI with Strago? You needed... maybe you needed to be affected by it. Because there was, like, the level spells, like level 4 death, or level 5 death, level 4 something, level 3 muddle. I don't know, I can't remember them all, but all the level spells, level something pearl as well. But question mark pearl was really dumb. It's based on your experience or gold value. I forget, it's dumb. But, yeah, I don't think this is a necessary mechanic. It's hard enough to not die to this kind of spell, and there's a lot of status spells. There's a lot of insta-death spells. So, maybe if you can not die after being targeted by it and then win the fight, that should be enough, Just saying. Maybe that's all you should have to worry about. Looks like 2 blazes will generally get the job done. Maybe we'll learn it now because we survived 2 glances. Or 2 glares. There we go. So, I mean, it's still not, like, incredibly difficult to learn these things, but I just don't think that's necessary. I'm not sure what that... Does that add any value? Like, what tactical decision-making does that give you? Just retry until you get lucky? That's not great. Anyway, one way or the other, we have it, and it's a good one. Time Elemental Death. Let me double-check its accuracy rate. Plus 16 is decent. It's not as high as the... plus 32 to Dazzle. But it is a pretty accurate insta-death spell that is very, very rarely resisted. So that's a solid get. Could definitely use that to kill all the fiends except chaos if you wanted. I'm pretty sure, because let me check the bestiary, but I'm pretty sure even Lich 2 is not resistant to time. Hold on, let me double check. It's resistant to death as an element, but this is not death. This is time element. So as long as you can get past the magic defense, which is not easy, but theoretically this spell could one-shot, I'm pretty sure anybody except chaos, unless you can X for them or something, and then it'll work. But other than the special bosses that have their own mechanics. But yeah, nobody has time resistance. I think it'd work on Warmech. Yeah, he resists everything except time, I believe, is the standard rule. So yeah, it's pretty neat spell. We'll see. So now that we can paddle along, let's continue. I'm not going to do any grinding right this second. We could test it out a little bit while we're here. Maybe I should be saving my spell slots for ordeals, but 2 for 2. I mean, honestly, it's probably not much better against giants than Squint or whatever, but I want to show it off. It's like, there is that other secret effect, right? Super secret, nobody knows. But our intelligence is boosting our magic accuracy in Renaissance. So as we continue to grow, the chance of these kind of insta-death spells working, especially on things that don't resist them, continues to improve. We definitely could go kill Carrie right now in Volcano, but there's not a lot of value to that to me. Like, we would just get... I guess I had houses. I didn't really need to come to Elfland, but whatever. I bought a few houses before, so we're okay. But, yeah, Volcano would just get me some level ups. I don't think it would really empower us. Whereas if we can do this one, we can get the gold bracelet and the Zeus's glove. Gauntlet, probably. Both of those make a direct... I think they directly improve our odds at Ice, and Ice is the real problem. And I think I still might do Volcano before Ice, just because Ice... Well, I had such a hard time with the Stun Dead in Volcano, or sorry, in Earth, that I maybe don't want to do another Earth-like dungeon right away. So, ordeals can be pretty Earth-like. It's just shorter, so we'll see how this goes. Oh, I mean, we could just have no encounters. That'll do it, too. This is pretty unusual to make it all the way to the second floor with literally 0 encounters. Okay, funny thing, I would love to learn their enemy skill. But let's just kill him if we can. Trance is one of the best enemy skills in the game. And you can only learn it from sorcerers. But I think you want to have the Protect Ring by then. You want the Protect Ring so you don't just get insta-killed by them, and then you have a better chance of learning it. Because you'll not be dead. Do we get the healing staff? Does it matter? We had such a good run here. I don't want to waste it, but there's a world where we need some healing. Maybe. It's pretty low odds. That's garbage. But yeah, the gold bracelet is definitely an upgrade. And... oh, we can... ooh! Can red mages equip the ice sword? Or... I didn't think that was... interesting. Maybe they always could and I just wasn't thinking about it. But that is... that's a reason to do ordeals first. This fight... this is bad. I can't risk failing to run here. I think water is our best choice. I forget what they resist. Okay, water was the right call. Let me double check Argoyles. That's a fight that could have killed us for sure. I mean, we could have run away. We went first, but unless it was a preemptive strike, I didn't notice. Yeah, they only resist fire, ice, and earth. And well, magic defense is average, maybe. But yeah, if they all spam fire too, we so super die. And they hit decently hard too. But there's the first free casting item. And that gives me Lightning 2, not boosted by Intelligence, so it's weaker than most of our other spells, but it does give me better elemental coverage. And theoretically, we out of here? You could just go for the Gamba. No. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Just go for damage. They're weak to fire. No! I don't think we only got one attack. Blaze probably wouldn't have one-shot it. I kind of wasted... I mean, I don't know. I went for the insta-kill. The insta-kill let me down. Let me double-check their resistances, but... They definitely weak to fire, and they resist all the usual undead stuff. So there's no... I don't think there's anything better than Blaze here, really. 286, we might have one-shot him with Blaze, but... Alright. Is this going to be a similar to the Earth Cave to Lich trip, where you get right about to the end on your first run and then never again? I really would hope not today, please, sir. I mean, there's no need to save this. Well... I don't like Gargoyles. They're not as bad as, you know, Stun Deads, but they definitely can kill you. Cannot run from a Zombull. How do we deal with him? Okay, got that one. Didn't want to use up my blazes, basically. One nightmare. Sure. Okay. Get our equipment upgraded. It's a lot of whiz mummies, or a lot of mummies. The chance of getting put to sleep, decent. Cremate should kill the mummies, and it's a good shot on the whiz. Yeah, not bad. And hey, you know, the level up might come in handy. Yeah, ouchies. 100 damage, fire 2. That's what I mean. Until you have fire protection, these guys can easily kill you. If they all fire 2 first. Alright. Well, honestly, we're making it through the dungeon pretty reliably. Here's round 2. Of course, we get 2 this time. And insta-stun. Come the freak on, game. Oh, every single hit is a stun. I mean, the Lich could have done that to us too. It's just what it is. It's fine, it's fine. We're very close to winning, which keeps the morale up for a little bit longer. If I continuously die to zombie dragons, I'll maybe start getting demoralized. Even this fight's pretty brutal, honestly. I don't think Cremate's strong enough. They've got too much hit points for this to... Like, I'm gonna take it. Maybe one blaze I can spend here. Yeah. But I don't have enough of those spell slots to really spam that on everything. Level 5 spells are really good right now in this dungeon. That's less of a group we're going to have to try to save our blazes. Cremate is maybe 2 turns, which isn't too bad. But yeah, if we had like 4 zombies, that still might not be survivable with cremating. I don't know. Depends on their damage rolls, but less deadly once we have the gold bracelet by a little bit. Sure. Come on, wake me up. Just leave me alone. Let me kill you. Okay. Yeah, the way sleep works, not nearly as bad as paralyze. Still spooky, but not a guaranteed game over, basically. Okay. Nightmares continue to be pretty easy. We could grind on them if you felt like you wanted to. Alright, slightly better melee attack. Slightly better physical. I didn't really show the stats. It's only 6 more absorb, but we get way better evasion, which means less likely to get hit and stunned. You know, in principle. Yeah. Insta-death, that's gonna happen. That's unfortunate. That's the first random encounter death, I guess. 2 tries, 2 trips to the zombie Ds, and then a sorcerer picks me off instantly. Yeah, got to see the full spectrum of bad encounters. It's for the content. It's so you guys watching along at home are like feeling really good about yourselves when you win. You're like, yeah, I just watch these YouTubers die over and over and over again. You're like, yeah, see, I'm Blue. You're so bad at this game. Why don't you just up, down, left, right? Put in the Konami code and or put in your Game Genie. There is Game Genie codes for the NES version at least. I did not remember having great success with them though. The Game Genie guide had a whole bunch of stuff in there that only a few of them seemed to work, and they weren't. It's like direct code injection or like changing variables in the game code. So it's not super reliable, but there was some fun tricks you could try to do with Game Genie. I kind of missed actually experimenting with some of those. It was fun. So these guys resist fire, ice, lightning. I don't know if they resist water. Probably resist poison. They probably do. But they're as bad as the Argoyles in that if they get a turn, they'll just fire to me to death. Same idea. Okay, they resist water. Great. I think we're dead. I can try to run, but we failed. We had 1 round of slows, and then they're back to like lightning 2 or something. Oh no. Fire 2, and then slow dark. So maybe not as bad as Argoyles because they don't have a chain of fire 2s. If you can survive 1 round, then you got a little bit of time to run away. Let me just... I never remember... I always hated man cats. They were just terrible. But now I can see their spell script a little better because of the in-game bestiary. Man cats. Yeah, fire 2, slow, dark, sleep. Oh, you know what? That's not as bad. Most of those spells aren't terrible. Fire 1 and lightning 1 are weak. Sleep's annoying, but not as bad. And the rest of the stuff is garbage. So honestly, you could be worse. But they do get free water wind resistances, which is something I mean, I guess I should have expected, but, you know, it's not a real element. So maybe our goals are worse. They go fire 2, paralyze, which is worse. And then weak fire, fire 2 again. And I think they do, what, 10 to 20 times 4? Actually, their physical's not bad with all the... Once you got the gold bracelet, it's not too bad. These guys definitely hit harder, so... Okay. Hey, interesting. We're learning. We're getting smarter every day. Isn't that one of the popular YouTuber guys? Pretty sure I watched a couple of those videos. Honestly, I don't play FF1 to get smarter every day. I just play FF1 because I like it. If I happen to learn some things about it, that's cool. I'm not even sure I would consider that being smarter. It's learning esoteric knowledge for a game that almost no one plays. It's not actually... I think there's still a pretty decent community. It's just... clearly, the Squaresoft developers no longer care about us. Final Fantasy has gone a very different direction than what we had on the NES era. That should be very obvious. Alright, looks like attempt number 3 to get out of here. I'm not going to try the insta-death. We're going to blaze it up. We got him 1 shot. If I'd done that on the first try, like, the first time we came in here, I had a chance to cast a spell. Maybe I could have done that and won my first run. Instead, I was greedy. Well, I don't know, greedy, but I went for the insta-death instead, not thinking Blaze would be doing enough. Oh, hey. How's it going? Thanks. We had man-cat, but now we have cat-man. Just like Batman and Man-Bat. Actually, there is a Man-Bat in Marvel, or not Marvel, DC, I think, right? Right? What do you guys know about Man-Bat? It's probably a villain or something. Man-Spider, Man-Bat, and Man-Super. All these guys hanging out. Devilman. Actually, Devilman's a comic too, isn't it? The Bulk. I actually kind of like the concept of like discount. Sometimes you get them in foreign media, like not covered by American copyright, whether it's from like China or India, Japan. I don't know, but non-American, you know, offshoots. I've had a lot of fun with those. They're not always the most well written of media, but it can be pretty fun seeing a different take on Western media. Alright, so, next question. Now that we've survived ordeals after not too long, that went okay. Between decent and good. Not perfect, but decent. Do we go Volcano first for some levels, or do we go to Ice for, you know, access to everything in the game? Obviously, the value of surviving an Ice trip is higher. You get a lot better. That airship really unlocks a lot of stuff. It's really good. However, Volcano is way easier. You've got 2 spells that will kill a lot of enemies. We even have an Ice Sword, technically. Can we not equip the Buckler? I thought red mages could equip a Buckler for a little bit of armor. Not that I actually want it, but I didn't actually see it in the store, right? Was I? Oh no, I could have equipped that. We could have had 2 more absorb all this time. Sure. If you're playing along, maybe don't forget the Buckler. I forgot about it. Let me look at my spell list for blue magic. We are missing level 7 and 8 only, I think. I mean, we could try to get trance off of sorcerers. Probably not a great plan. Oh, we could get crack. It's a bit of a silly thing to do right now. It's easier with an airship, but with a tent, it should be not a big deal. It's, but I think like I said before, I'd like my leftmost line to be all the damage spells. So I'd rather get Thunder in the left slot than Crack. But Earth Elemental KO, or Insta-Death, is pretty good. You can fight sandworms up near Ordeals. Just go east of Ordeals to the desert, somewhere near the big desert. But you can get there with the boat and the canoe. So technically we could fight sandworms. And they do run away pretty easy, so the lower a level you do that, the easier that is to get. Then again, they might just kill you. And then the level 8 stuff's all locked at the final couple dungeons. So yeah, we only have 3 spells. Trance, Crack, Thunder available soon. Yeah, 2 of them are technically available right now if you want to fight for it. No, I think a few levels in Volcano are probably worth it. We did get another swing by switching from silver to ice, I think. So we're up to 3 swings. Our damage, melee damage, should be pretty solid, actually. Like, maybe we'd kill a few Agamas? They're weak to ice, right? Yeah, we could definitely kill a few Agamas. Carry should be pretty easy, right? That's okay. There's not much else to do other than, well, it's literally ice or volcano for progress, other than grinding or trying to get some weird blue spells. I think I'm okay with a quick volcano dip. Now, if we get to carry and die immediately, I regret everything, but yeah, here we go. Alright. Fine. Actually, don't... Are they resistant to poison? They have a... Maybe. It's the kind of thing I would never normally track is enemy poison resistance. Yes, the Bane Sword's a thing. No, I didn't or the Bane spell's a thing. No, I never use it on anything because it never works. Well, you can use the Bane Sword on like a giant pack of fish, and you might kill half of them or something in the vanilla game. But you can also just cast Lightning too and kill them all. So, that's the problem. Okay, so we're good to go, right? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh man, perfect. Only need to be 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we got the perfect level spread. If that can happen, that'd be cool. All right, well, let's give the volcano a little attempt. Try to think if there's anything worth picking up while we're in here. I don't think we can actually run from this fight. Not that Blizzard cares. I mean, I would be shocked if we can wear the flame armor. Really shouldn't be true. And the gold bracelet's decent enough for now anyway. We already have the ice sword. There's no reason to go to get a second. Pretty short dungeon when you don't get any loot. No need for money to sell stuff. Do I kill some Agamas? Yeah. Let's see how this looks, right? 200 damage. We're close to one-shotting them. They hit us for around 50, 30... Yeah, we don't need to stay here super long, but I think a few levels here will make ice much less dangerous. Yeah, we're not like crazy strong, but I don't think one Agama at a time is a huge risk. And this is something that's pretty hard to do on a Black Wizard, unless you want to spend your spells. Because the Black Wizard does not have a melee weapon like this, right? So we might be the best Agama grinding spellcaster, which is kind of funny. Interesting niche. I mean, Red Mage is... If the Red Mage can equip the Ice Sword, which I never remember stuff like that, then he's similar, of course. We're obviously modeled off of Red, so probably true. So how many levels do we go? When would I feel safe in Ice? Level 50. With a ribbon. You never feel safe in Ice. The answer really is basically never. Because I had a pretty bad experience in Earth, I'm going to grind a little bit more here than I would have if I had a good run. Marsh was, like, perfect. Earth was... The Vampire was perfect, but then the Earth, the Lich Strip was pretty rude. Ordeals, I'd say, was maybe above average, probably. We had a bit of luck there. But maybe I already burned my episode luck on Ordeals. So maybe we go a couple extra levels here to just bend our luck just a little bit in our favor. You know, we're just a squishy little blue mage. We're not going to have very good run chances. Spell slots definitely help. And we're going to get ambushed by mages in one shot, right? So, and stun dead, of course. And sorcerers, of course. A few levels here. I think when we did, well, Time Wizard didn't count. I did Ninja, so New Game Plus, where everything has more health. And I think he was at Ice at like level 30-something. And it was still pretty bad for him on the New Game Plus Ninja. And he has a really good encounter. Like, he never gets ambushed. And, what else was it? He's got, like, good run chances and stuff. And Fire 2 and Lightning 2 as well. So, if the Ninja had a really bad time, like, we're much lower level than he was. And we have less absorb. Our swing is... We might actually have similar strength to a Ninja, to be fair, but... I feel like the Ninja has a bit more survivability than us, because he can wear good shields. And a lot more agility for evasion and luck for running, of course. That might be the big ones. Well, we'll get a level up. I'm looking how much XP we have. We're getting, what, 20 something, 2,000 something per fight? About 2,500. Honestly, like I talked about, I think it was last episode or a couple ago, I was talking about, like, when I'm grinding, how committed I am to it depends on sort of how quickly you gain level ups, like meaningful progression. Agamas are pretty quick, at least until you get too far up the level curve. But we're level 24. We need 21,000. That's nine fights, I think. Maybe we level up until it's over 10 fights per level up. I mean, and these are fast. Like, to be fair, I think my original calculation was under 10 fights when the fights take like 30 seconds or so. These fights, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, done. That was like 5-second fight at tops, with a little bit of time for healing. 1,000, 2,000, 3, 1,000. Yeah, I mean, assuming the turn order goes your way, the fight is over in less than 5 seconds. So 10 fights is like a minute. A level up per minute is pretty darn efficient if that's what you're doing. Obviously, the XP requirements get higher and higher, so that doesn't last. But, yeah. I think I can handle this for a little bit longer, basically. I've kind of convinced myself that if we're getting a level up every minute or so, I mean, why not, right? No, not very many other places can compete, really. There's a reason why so many solo speedruns, or, well, not just solo speedruns, but randomizer speedruns in general, come to the Agama grind. I actually didn't use it much growing up. It's too close, it's too dangerous for my kid brain in Volcano. Figured I'd die to paralysis on the way out, which can happen. But, they're, you know, if you follow the lava, you don't fight very many fights. Okay, maybe until it's over 25,000, so maybe like one more level. 10 fights per level, we'll say that's my limit. If I can't get a level up in 10 Agamas, we'll go. And then we go to the ice. Also, we definitely want to make sure we've got enough heal potions, and that we're strong enough to not die to carry. Because if you're not sure about killing carry, you should level up some more. Because you're going to lose it all when you die, if you're not sure. Like, we don't have the defense sword for Ruse. We don't have really any protection or healing at all. I mean, the healing staff doesn't really matter. And we're running a little bit low on heal potions, so we don't want to stay here too much longer. Yeah, I think one level up will be enough at this point. Oh, Final Fantasy. I have been trying to record my Fire Emblem Cerulean Crescent, for those of you that are still watching, and also probably the wrong audience, but I have been doing a lot of Final Fantasy content, clearly. And I'm trying to not ditch all my other Let's Plays that I've got in the background. Cerulean Crescent was a ROM hack for Fire Emblem 8. I started last year in early 2025, I think, and then got stuck with life and didn't go back to it. I am trying to... I've started making more recordings again recently, but it's hard. I have, like, with my free time, like, I'm going to play a video game, I'm going to record an episode. Would I rather just do another solo challenge FFR, or should I play a much harder strategy game that makes me think and frustrated? I don't know. I get frustrated more in those tactical games. Okay, level 27 will take 11 fights. That's too much for me. Also, we're basically out of heal potions. And we don't have... If you were... One thing the Time... Or the Blue Mage doesn't have is warp or exit. So, that is a downside, certainly. It is. If you were here with a Black Mage or a White Mage or just a full party, Time Mage doesn't really count. But normally being able to exit out or something... Well, no, because you have to be promoted first, right? That makes it a lot safer to grind if you can bounce out, but you have to be promoted. So at that point, that means you've got the airship. There's other places that are pretty good XP. Anyway, let's go. Minimum number of encounters, you actually go up, if you're wondering. It doesn't really change a lot. It's one extra step, but... Or one less step, I guess, but... 1 extra HP. The most efficient use of a heal potion. So carry, strategy, probably dazzle. Maybe I show off some statuses for fun. And she is weak to water, so we might see how much damage Swirl does. Because I know I've been running things pretty fast. For boss fights, if I think about it, I'll slow it down, but it's hard. Alright, just don't get immediately killed, basically. She does hit pretty hard. Paralyzed, bam. Let's go Darkness for fun. Doesn't really do much, but we got her darked. Is there any other statuses we've got that we like? We could have gone Gaze, but it's not as effective as Dazzle. We could try to put Poison on. I guess that's the only... We only really have Paralyze as a good status elemental status. Darkness is pretty mid. We don't have access to slow. Not even mid, it's just weak. You could go for insta-death, but... Now, let's see how much damage water does. She should be weak to it. 200? Not that amazing. That was a low roll, though, I think. 250? Yeah, I think we could do over 300. One more should kill her anyways. I mean, still. Paralyzed, triple swirlies, straight down the toilet she goes. Done. I didn't really expect that would be the challenge. We killed some Agamas. We're level 26. Hey. Well, 30-some minutes into our episode. I guess it's time. I've delayed it as much as I can. Ooh, that's a lot of fish. Other than just grinding, trying to get trance and crack, it's that time again. Everyone's favorite, the not nice cave. Just say no to ice. To be fair, once we beat it, we're pretty much set for the rest of the game, I think, but... Will we be lucky? Will we be not lucky? Find out in just a few more short minutes. Oh, I gotta turn my combat speed up again. I can feel it. Sorry, slow readers in the back. Your vote has been overruled. Vetoed. The next time I do like a full 4-man party with new jobs that I'm trying to experiment with, I'll slow it down. But solo challenges especially, you know, there's just naturally so much grinding. And like deaths and restarts where it's like watching all those numbers and then dying just wastes even more time than you already get for dying, right? So slowing it down, it just feels even worse. Hey, Shark. 3 hits? Pretty good. That's some good damage. Yeah, these guys are going to probably just run away now. Our level's getting... Well, level 26 for Ice solo is maybe around average for a solo run. It's actually not over-leveled at all, I don't think. This dungeon is just trash, right? It's so bad. I think a lot of solos you want to be in the 20s to kill Lich anyway, depending on which one you're doing. Just for HP purposes. So, and also, the Lich is pretty mean with the hold spell and the paralyzing attack. It can definitely get you. But if you have access to Fire 3, similar to us, you can kill her pretty quick. Although Blaze did more damage than Fire 3, that's for sure. Alright. Yeah, let's start over again. Here we go. First real attempts. Fine. How are our spell slots? We've got a good amount. We can use... Okay, one thing to think about. How am I killing the eye? If he glances us, we just die. Quad X, we have enough HP to not die. Break can kill us. Rub can kill us. So we still want to kill him pretty quick. He's weak to wind, but that doesn't mean anything. Magic defense is... He's got low enough HP. We probably just use our best spell. Actually, not weak to poison means poison probably one-shots him. 136 to... Well, it's more like 150 to 300 or something. If he doesn't get the resistance. So that's fine. We're going to want to save our fire spells for undead. And I think I have to swirl large wizards. There's no... I don't think we survive any other way of fighting these kind of packs. So that's kind of the limit on our level 5 slots, is the number of big wizard packs. That was a preemptive at least. But Cremate, I don't think is going to kill Wraiths. So you might need also level 5 slots to deal with big Wraith groups if we can't run. Like this one. I don't expect that's a guaranteed kill. And this is competing with my swirlies. But, I mean, we got one shot paralyzed. If we'd failed to run, it would be even worse. So you gotta go for the win. Alright, one fail. A little bit of learning about which spells I want to use on which encounters, but... This one... Cremate kills 4. So if I get a turn, we go with that. 2 Wraiths. Do some more Cremate, maybe. Yeah, okay. If it's not very many Wraiths, yeah, Cremate is enough. But big Wraith packs, I think I have to go with Blaze. That was preemptive again, thankfully. Come on, I can't lose with the victory music playing. Images can be cremated. I will run out of these spells. Assuming I get a turn. This might take a while. They're not hitting very hard. Take a drink. Take a drink every time Strago stands up. Alright. Took a drink. Get a turn. Hey, we got a turn. Well, we survived one stun lock. Bam, 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 bam. Do we need a fire sword? No. There's a small enough group that we can one-shot them, and I can save my spell slots. So just attack when there's only 2. I think that's okay. Cremate against the stuns. Didn't get a turn. Insta-stunned. It's okay, we didn't die during victory music. We died during the big boss music. Well, we haven't died yet, but... Every time you hear this music, just imagine there's a horde of undead coming to paralyze you. Alright, that's 2. At least we made it to the trap tile. Progress. Hey, it's this guy again. Yeah, I'm not watching the stun. It's too close to the beginning. I'm not watching him. If we had gotten a good turn order, that would have been fine, but... I guess I shouldn't complain about these wizard fights, because they're at least winnable. It's just a resource expense. It's the stun dead that are like... GG. No re. Kind of don't want to spend all my cremates too easily. Do you think the heat would kill the birds? Will we get a chance? The birds are running away. Heat is not enough. Okay, that was a bad choice then. So that means you probably need a cremate against this pack. A level 3 slot or higher. I mean, you can just gamble, but... Or you could try to run. Yeah, same thing, gambling. Preemptive. Not preemptive. Good turn. It's not a guaranteed kill on Wraith, but as long as you kill most of them... These 1v1s are like... We could die, but... We have a chance? Three? Chance was not high enough. Do I go back and fight some more Agamas? Not yet, not yet. If we get to the hour mark and I haven't even met the eye, then I'll do some more grinding off camera. I'm pretty confident, you know, we should have a chance, a decent chance at this level. But you know how the random ice goes. It can just suck the hope right out of your soul. I can't remember if I got a preemptive. Yes. It flashes so quickly, I do need to pay attention. That was another one. Oh, we're getting lucky on those preemptive big 9 packs, but we managed to go first and run. Not lucky this time. Lucky this time. I'm sure it did not say... Well, I say lucky. We didn't kill those wraiths. Maybe I should be using Blaze. Okay. In the future, if there's a huge pack of wraiths, definitely Blaze. I think I said that earlier too, but... I gotta remember it. I gotta burn it into my brain. Effectively Fire 3. Do not use Fire 2 against wraiths. New record, though. Yeah, I gotta use it. Just give me a turn, please. I mean, it's honestly stronger than Fire 3. That's nuke level damage there. If we get a turn, they're definitely dead. You can run... They're not actually weak to poison. It's fire and lightning, if I remember correctly. I only have 3 slots left. I was planning on maybe poisoning the eye, because it's not weak to it. Or it's not resistant to it. I don't think the dragons are... They're weak to fire. They're neutral to poison, probably. That's... Killed one is... Well, they decided not to use their own blizzard, so we kind of got lucky in their scripting. Let me double check. Oh, they do resist poison, so good we didn't use it. Of course, everything friggin' resists poison. Why would it? Why wouldn't it? It's because they were supposed to resist Bane, not specifically being poisoned, because that doesn't really matter. You didn't have anything else that did poison except insta-death, so you can't insta-death the Frost Dragons. That's kind of the idea. You can't crack them, you can't Bane them, you can't break them. Or at least you mostly can't. Okay, so I'm trying to save my spell slots, because these wizards are still spooky. Let me double check Eye. I'm pretty sure he's not resistant to poison. Definitely not. So you don't want to try to glance him with earth stuff, but you could go for insta-death. There's a few options. More than 300 HP. If he breaks us, then that's our life. Poison looks like it'll mostly one-shot him. Made it to the floater. It's a good sign. We're not free, but generally I consider once you can get this far, you should be able to win with a little bit of luck. We're more than halfway through. About 2/3 in my opinion. The first mage. Do we run or do we swing? Their HP is pretty low. Yeah, swing was probably the right play. At least we didn't get ambushed. Those guys can be rude. No mages on this floor, I don't think. Just all the other bad stuff. I think I'm close enough that if I get a turn... I know I'll be running out of swirls. But we're pretty close to the end. And I can't... Like, I have to focus on this fight. We might die here. I can't conserve for a potential wizard fight after. I have to make sure the wraiths die if I get a turn. We get another chance. We get another chance. Come on, Strago. Oh, loser! it's really rough with these huge stun dead groups because you have to get your action at the end of the round, basically, wake up, and then on the next turn, get your action at the beginning of the round. Otherwise, they get too many tries to stun you in between. Well, this was certainly a proof of concept. We were maybe 1 or 2 encounters from winning. So, certainly no need to grind. I mean, there's always grinding, but... I think wizards are just kind of... They sap my level 5 slots too much. Yeah, well, there's that. Yeah, I think it's probably best that we reset on this first floor until we get to the next level without spending spells, basically, or at least nothing of level 5 or higher. Because we are going to potentially run out at the end. Some level ups would make me a little bit easier to use Blaze, and I could use Blaze and Swirl more often, basically. Pretty bad group. Okay. Lucky. We got a preemptive. Very lucky. That's a lot of mind flayers. Ooh, I did not check their resistances. We're probably dead. We got first turn, and they're not resistant to poison. Let me look that up while I'm thinking here. They resist nothing, so we don't even need a crazy spell. We just need something that does 100 damage. They have a lot of magic defense, though, so expect the halfers, but no resistances, at least. Haven't used a Blaze yet. This is only 2. Okay, good luck. Fairly small group. I think it's early enough that we still want to conserve our spell slots. This fight, it's not as bad as a lot. That group often has 9, so I'll take it. Yeah, not good. Not good at all. Yeah, well, that's the Trance Revolution, yeah. I mean, if we'd somehow stood up and killed him, we might have learned it, but, you know. I think if I'd learned it, I might have actually skipped the eye fight and saved the trance, actually. Just to leave the dungeon to save that in, to lock it in. If that happens, I'll probably bail. If we get it before the eye fight, basically. Because it's going to be pretty hard to learn solo. I think in a group, trance is difficult enough, but solo, boy. Sorcerers don't mess around. But we definitely want it, because that's kind of our chaos solution. Ambushed by a big pack. This might be it. Yeah, that's probably it. Dang. Kind of getting some Earth vibes. Kind of getting there again. We got real close once. Just give up. There's no way. Like I said, it's not worth the spell slot that close to the beginning. Maybe we just chip these guys down with 3 is like just gonna spend time and heal potions, I think. But like a 6-pack, I don't want to swing down. There's no way. I guess I have... Well, I have the Zeus's Gauntlet. Maybe when we're in the midst of it, that is something I can try to remember. Like, I can use my level 5 slots. They're not so precious I can't use them in a pinch, but maybe early on we just do Zeus strats. Ugh, these guys again. Yeah. Still maybe not even worth it, but... Hey, over 400 damage. Always nice to see a spell do more than that. Technically, I know I say this every now and then, but if you ever wondered in vanilla NES, the highest damage spell in the game. Highest, not the highest average damage, the highest potential max damage roll on a spell. And I don't consider insta-death, only damage value. Most of you are gonna, if you're unfamiliar with NES, you're probably gonna be like, nuke, flare, whatever that's called. Holy, kind of those kind of spells, right? Most people that know NES pretty well will say nuke is the strongest, highest damage, highest potential damage spell in NES. That is not true. The Ice 3 spell normally cannot do as much damage as nuke. But if you're weak to ice... Is this the one? Oh, no way! We totally fluked that. I might just leave with that if I get a chance. I could have turned around, I guess. But yeah, it doesn't really come up hardly ever, but we can try it. So ice is 80 to 320, so normally less damage than 100 to 400 for nuke. However, if you're weak to ice, it's times 50%, 1.5, 50% boost, which at max roll 320 plus 50% is 160. That's 480. I don't think I've seen a 480 roll ever, but I have seen like 450s, and that definitely beats the max 400 on a nuke. I've also seen a 400 on a nuke, but yeah, just a little funzo. 480 is the maximum technically. Ice 3 can pull it off. Fade would theoretically have that. It's the same power as Ice 3, 80 to 320, but unfortunately, for some dumb reason, undead aren't actually weak to it. They just take the regular damage. So we're getting lucky on those mages, honestly. They haven't got me yet. Yeah, just kind of an interesting little factoid there. That's pretty good. I think we could definitely mix trance into the equation. Surprised my poison spell. Oh, they are resistant to poison. It's swirl I was using on them. That's why. It was the second from the bottom, but now it's the third from the bottom. That's it. I'm gonna save that in. I think that getting trance is lucky enough that even though maybe that was a good run and we could have made it all the way through, I'd rather lock that in. And that is an hour in almost. Maybe this is our last chance. When would I use trance? I've got a few charges. It should work on basically everything. Just getting some bad encounters out of the way here. Lucky cremate, but it's fine. I mean, if I'm running out of blazes or something, it's a way of probably paralyzing all the undead. Gives me some chance to, like, cremate them down if I'm running out of the big spell. That was a preemptive. Yeah, it's definitely the AoE paralyze. It's pretty good. The best. I don't think the accuracy rate on it is terribly high. These guys, we just need them to die. I need a turn. We got a turn. Yeah, poison's probably the best pick for sorcerers. I mean, it's overkill, but it's the only kind of kill I accept for those. And it doesn't really work on much else in here, so might as well use it on them. All these undead, they don't really care about the poisons. Don't forget to heal up. Given we had like maybe 6 or 7 really bad runs, the last 2 have been incredibly potent so far. Basically, 1 full starter lap without any real challenge. So maybe this is the one? Maybe our time has come? What did I do last time? He doesn't resist... He just resists Earth, right? So we just do max damage. his first spell is always quad X if he uses a spell. His physical attack doesn't count, but he can use a skill and glance you. So there's always a chance he one-shots you. Don't waste your chance. Run. Good. Come on. Come on. Don't be like this. Not like this. Oh, we didn't even kill them all. Okay. Okay, we're getting a bit lucky on those sorcerers. They get 3 attacks. We actually had one miss 3 out of 3. So, you know, that's pretty good too. I don't like this fight. I like going first. Okay, okay. There's definitely a chance. We're going to be basically tied for best run yet. We died right here last time. Not today. I don't think this one can kill us. We might have one more encounter on the way out. Hopefully only one. Ideally 0. Does the end of the episode luck continue? Once again, right at the finish line. Basically an hour. We are like a minute short. A minute late. We're done. Okay, well, I'll save here for now. We'll end our episode. But now we are free. I did pick it up, It's really bad when you forget to pick that up and then wasted all that. But we actually got Trance. Although I was going to get Thunder first. But hey, you know what? This is great. I'm not going to complain about getting that early. And, yeah. So, good episode, right? We got the canoe, ordeals, volcano, ice, all in 1 hour. That's, like, I'm not trying to complain. Obviously, Earth was a bit rough. Ice, we had a few fails. But I'm not doing it off camera. We're not doing a big grind off camera like some solo runs. You're basically seeing as much time as I'm putting into these runs on stream. I don't think I've done any off-camera grinding. So the fact that we're, 4 episodes in, I think, now? And we're done the first half of the game entirely. That's a good showing for solo Blue Mage. Like, this is way better than a lot of solo runs. Not necessarily the best, but it's in the top tier, I think. Top, like, A tier for sure, I think. It's no Time Mage. Can't beat Time Mage. But, yeah, thanks for watching. I'm just gonna go... I'll do the canoe trip outside of the episode, but next time we'll pick up the airship, and we got lots to do with the airship, so we should be zooming towards the end game now. Yeah, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed. Blue Magic, very strong. See you next time. Have a great day.